What's going on, guys? Kayvon Rashad, help you man get fit physically, spiritually, and emotionally. I had an aha moment this morning, man. A big aha moment this morning. So, you guys know I'm a trainer. I'm a fitness trainer. And as a kid, I've been training for about 3 years. He's like a little brother to me. He's 18. He's about to go to college. And he's going to Howard, man. Howard got all the fine shit there, man. All the fine shit come out of Howard, bro. It's the HBCU, College of DC. And, I've been training here for a couple of years. And, this past month, we start training again. Since he's out for summer, he's about to go off to college in a few months. And, I just been giving him some game. The same game I give you guys, I'm giving it to him on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? In like a mastermind level. And, one of the things he was talking about was, he's out of a long, he's in a relationship. He had a girlfriend, high school sweetheart type of thing. And, his girlfriend wants to do long distance, right? And he agreed to do long distance at first because he didn't want to upset her. But deep down, he doesn't want to do it. And I told him, listen, I told him this straight up. Go ahead, pull her to the side. Have a conversation with her and tell her, listen, baby, I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the times we have. We have so much fun together. But I would be lying to you if I told you I wanted to be in a long distance relationship. And we've been training for like a month since he graduated high school. And he been trying to like prolong it. But a situation came up where his girlfriend tried to tell him, I didn't want you to do a certain thing because I don't like it. But it's something he truly enjoys. I'm not going to go into detail, put all his business out. I'm not going to say his name or what it was, but he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to stop doing that. And he used that moment as a moment to be like, you know what? This is the perfect time. And she brought up how she doesn't want to be in a long-term relationship with you if you can't give this up. And just from the game I've given her, I told him, listen, you must always be your authentic self. Always be your authentic self, man. Don't compromise your manhood. Don't compromise things you like and things you enjoy to be with the broad. Because the moment you do that, the more she's going to want you to give up shit. And you're going to be somebody that she doesn't even know anymore. And he used that moment. Remember all the gems I gave him within this last month. I gave him the book, The Way of the Superior Man. Listen, if you're over the age of 16 years old watching this video, you need to read the book Way of the Superior Man. Life-changing book. And don't just read it once, read it multiple times, because a lot of times you need to really internalize this shit. A lot of times you need to internalize shit. So if you want to internalize, you need to constantly read it to put it in your subconscious mind, put it in your heart, and really internalize that shit in your head. And he used that moment. Listen, he told her, listen, I love you, I appreciate you, but I want to break up right before school, right before we go up to college. And it was a sad situation, he told me, but he told me, I asked him, how do you feel now? He says, if a weight was lifted off of his back. Because when you're walking around this bitch with a mask on, when you're walking around here on eggshells, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And you get to a point where you're just comfortable wearing this, so when you take that weight off your fucking back, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, damn, I feel so much light. So, what I want you guys to understand, man, you must be your authentic self 24/7, 25/8. Because when you're your authentic self, bro, you're never losing out. You're never losing out. It may seem like you're losing out, but ask yourself, if you gotta bend over backwards, if you gotta be something you're not, to have a certain thing, to be with a certain person, to be in a certain environment, ask yourself this. Do I need to be there? Now, there are situations where you're going to have to level up, evolve. But if you got to change things you truly believe in, you got to change things that stuck with you to the core, your morals, your principles, you got to change that. You got to give that up. You got to compromise on those things to be in a certain place. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Why? Why do you need to be there? Why do you want to be there? Right? Like I said, there are certain times you're going to have to clean up your act. There's certain times you're going to have to, fix certain things about yourself. But as far as, things, your principles that you believe in, certain morals that you stand on, certain things you're not, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for any and everything, bro. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for any and everything. So, like I said, when it comes to relationships, bro, there are certain things you like, you a woman wants you to give those things up, you gotta give that woman up. You gotta sacrifice her. If that's the case, if it's something you truly love, say for instance, I love to smoke. I don't smoke, but I'm just using myself as an example. I like smoking weed sometimes. Say for instance, I like doing that. I like smoking every now and then. She don't want me to do that. I'm gonna fire her because why? This is what I was doing before you got here, right? I'm not gonna give that up. Or if I want to be a person that has multiple women at once, I'm gonna listen, baby. I love you. I appreciate you. I like what we have going on, but I know myself, and I know I like being with multiple women at a time, right? Because I'm in a position in my life where I can do that, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I totally understand if you don't want to be here. I totally understand if you're not okay with that, and I understand if you don't want to fuck with me. And I'll be okay if we go our separate ways. You have to get to that place in your life when you're ready to give up a broad, and you gotta be ready for a broad to give you away, right? But you must be your authentic self at all times, guys. You can't be walking around this bitch on eggshells. You can't be walking around this bitch, timid. There's something I struggled with when I was younger, and even to my early and mid 20s. Timidity. I'm saying that shit right. But you gotta be your authentic self through and through. Because when you're your authentic self, bro, you're gonna attract the right people, right? You're gonna repel a lot of people, but guess what? If I gotta wear a mask just to be in this environment, then I don't need to be here. If I gotta put on a dog and pony show to be around you, man, I don't want to be here. Because that doesn't feel good, bro. And remember, feeling is a secret. So guys, use this moment as a lesson. Be your authentic self, bro. Be your authentic self. Be living your truth. When you live in truth, you'll have a lighter heart. Trust me, you gotta have the courage to be living the truth. You gotta have courage, bro. Because it doesn't feel good, sometimes, when you're the outcast. But at the end of the day, bro, you gotta stand for something. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, man. But don't forget to like my shit, guys. Comment, subscribe. Holla back at your boy. Deuces.